Okay, so you want to go see Messi play in Miami before his career ends. Why wouldn't you want to go and see one of the greatest players of all time? So I did just that. I set out on a challenge. Can I go and see Messi play in Miami for less than £1,000? Stay tuned as I guide you through how I did it, from booking the flights to airport transfers, where to stay and how to get match tickets, how much each item of the journey costs, but most importantly, would I do it again? Okay, let's start with how I did it. Okay, so at the very beginning of all of this, I use Google Flights. I don't know if you're aware of it, but you just type in Google Flights into the search bar and it brings up a way of finding flights that's actually really good and gives you a massive comparison. Now, the cheapest way to fly across the Atlantic is Norse Airlines. And I'm not going to lie, it's pretty hardcore. Let's just say they make you pay for water. Yeah, let's just regroup on that for a second. It's an 8-hour flight and they make you pay for water. That's about how hardcore it is, but it is cheap. Now, I decided to do 2 nights in Miami, Saturday and Sunday, to have a little bit more time to adjust to jet lag before I flew back on Monday, making it doable, and you only really need to take 1 day off work. In Miami, I opted for an Airbnb. This worked out cheaper for somewhere closer to the action in Miami, especially if you're traveling as a group. Ours had a pool, a barbecue, it was clean, it was well equipped, and worked out at £143 per person per night. On the Saturday night, we took in a basketball game. Now, you don't have to do this, but we thought, why not? Why not make it a complete sporting weekend? The game was awesome and very different, and the tickets were actually less expensive than the Inter Miami game at $85 per person. The next night, we went to the closest and least expensive Hilton I could find to the stadium, which happened to be a Hampton Inn. I chose this because I'm a Hilton Honors member and I wanted to get the points, but also I can use the points to pay for the room. The room worked out at $135 or £101 per person per night. It wasn't the best, but it had a pool and a warm tub. It definitely wasn't a hot tub, and it was close to the stadium. So all of that was, it was a bonus. Getting to the game was super easy. We just Ubered. In fact, we just Ubered everywhere. There's a lot of clips of us in Ubers. This was not the cheapest, but it's a kind of necessity in Miami, and the Uber services in Miami are really good. On the final day, we hung out at Miami Beach all day and waited for our flight. So what did it all cost? Let me break it down for you. So flights, you can get a Norse flight for between £248 and £400 return, depending on when you book and the season. Ours was £248 each return. The Airbnb, I've given the price per person, and that was £143 per person per night. The hotel on the second night was £101. Ubers, now this is actually really necessary in a city like Miami trying to get around. I think you need to budget at least £350. Food, I'd budget £60 per day and at least £30 for beer or whatever drinks you like to drink per day as well. Into Miami match tickets, they were £150. They're really expensive. And you can get less expensive standing ones, but they quite often have obstructed views. But I felt like, look, we'd come all this way, so why not splash out? I haven't included the Miami Heat NBA tickets. They were £71 each, or the boat trip around the Miami $1 Million houses. This was £188 for a 6-person boat with the skipper and soft drinks included. So overall, I would say you can do it for under £1,000. The total cost for us was £822. That's not including the NBA tickets or the boat. So in conclusion, was it worth it? Well, yes and no. The experience and the adventure, they were brilliant. As you might have seen, Messi never even got onto the pitch. So you need to decide, is it worth the risk for you? It might be. Having a fun weekend away with some friends might be a great excuse, and if Messi plays, it's a bonus. But, and this is a big but, if you're going to see Messi play, I wouldn't risk it. £1,000 is £1,000, and the amount of matches he's not turning up for a moment, you just can't be sure. If you like this, remember to subscribe and like, and stay tuned for upcoming videos on a trip to the Maldives, pitching to Richard Branson, and going to see Ronaldo play in Saudis.